Hello, hello, hello everyone, I am Grum and it is time for the Philadelphia TTars, your Philadelphia TTars, to battle in Week 5 of the Charizard Premier League. We are currently at 1-3 on the season, but only a game behind the 6 through 8 seeds, and with 4 games left to play in the season, the toughest part of our schedule behind us, we are poised to make a season-changing run and hopefully make playoffs. So subscribe and leave a like to get on the TTAR Express now, getting yourself a good seat because we are full steam ahead. We kick off our second half of the season against Daffy and the New York Mankeys. They're also currently 1-3 with a similar -8 differential as us. If we're going to start our run for the playoffs, we need to overcome the Mankeys' immense bulk on both sides of the battle, with offensively bulky Muns like Iron Hands and Ursaluna Bloodmoon, and defensive bulky Pokemon Toxapex and Skeledirge, whose unaware ability neutralizes any setup we can try to have this week. But the Mankeys don't just have bulk, they have fast threats in Kilowattrel and Rabombi, the later being able to get up webs so the slower attackers like Archaladon and Breloom can get the upper hand in the battle. Fortress provides New York with reliable hazards and hazard removal. Daffy also has 2 Terra Captains, one in the form of Spidops, another hazard stacker who can Terra into a bug, fighting, and ghost type, the last type being a potential spin blocker for us, but the threatening captain is Malamar, who can Terra into a Psychic, Fighting, and Stellar, the last 2 types giving Malamar a boost with contrary to Superpower and Stellar Terra Blast instead of the intended stat drops. I think that we have a good matchup this week, but we're going to need to win the Hazard War and punish switch-ins this week. So that is where we start the Week 5 lineup of the Philadelphia TTars. Setting the tone this week is Solo, our lead Tyranitar this week, who is rocking the loaded dice with Rock Blast and Dragon Dance. Thanks to a Jolly Nature and 96 speed EVs, one Dragon Dance will let us outspeed a max speed Rabombi, taking advantage of a predicted Focus Sash web lead. If Rabombi wants to go for a Moonblast instead of you turning out, we easily live a max special attack Moonblast thanks to our max special defense and 160 HP EVs in the sand. If all goes right, TTAR can get up rocks and knock off any items like leftovers or heavy duty boots on the following Pokemon. If Solo is unable to get the rocks up, Jimmy the Bronzong is our secondary rocker, EV to be a check to Iron Hands, check Archaladon, and still tank a Blood Moon from Ursaluna Bloodmoon and 2-hit it with a body press thanks to its max HP and relax boosted max defense. Gyro Ball lets us get good chip, while Psychic Noise will prevent Iron Hands from using Drain Punch and Skeledirge from using Slack Off, as well as prevent turns of passive recovery with leftovers. The right hand man this week, Jay Quaxo, steps in this week with the fanciest scarf that he can wear. Max attack EVs with an adamant nature and enough speed EVs to outspeed in 1-hit Kilowattrel, 2-hit KO Archaladon with Close Combat, and 2-hit KO Toxapex with Brave Bird. Flip Turn will allow us to keep momentum on our side, and even if Rabombi does get webs up, we are an Aqua Step away from being faster than everything with a Scarf again. Acknowledge your Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the Tribal Chief of the Sandline, Roman the Landorus, who is back this week with its own Sandstorm in case TTAR Sand is gone late game. With enough speed IVs to outspeed max speed Archaladon, a mild nature max special attack means we hit hard with Earth Power and Weather Ball without sacrificing a big hit on Malamar with U-Turn. Backing up Landers is, of course, the wise man of the Sandline, Great Tusk, who comes into battle this week with a goal of removing hazards to clear the way for Quaquaval and TTAR potentially late in the game. Heavy duty boots and a rapid spin will allow us to outspeed Kilowattrel and either take out its item with knockoff or do massive damage with a close combat. If Kilowattrel isn't there, Earthquake goes nuts this week, even with an EV spread of 252 HP EVs and 136 defense EVs. The spread allows us to take a Drain Punch over and over again from Iron Hands as a check, as well as to take Breloom's Mach Punch no problem. And speaking of the Breloom problem, our answer, Ava the ENAMORUS Therian. This week we're running some speed EVs to outspeed a neutral Iron Hands, allowing us to hit it twice if we're set up behind a substitute when it comes in to check us. Which also helps us with the Toxapex matchup, getting behind a substitute before a Toxic can come out and hit back with Earth Power. Max HP and 220 special defense EVs let us use ENAMORUS as an Ursaluna and Archaladon check as well. But what about Breloom? Overcoat means Spore won't work, and with Alluring Voice to hit through any substitute shenanigans from the likes of Breloom, a sub-seed Toxic Heal Breloom will be neutralized. There is our 6 for this week's battle. Stand up, get mean, and let me hear your war roar, because it's time for the Philadelphia TTars to go to battle. We are live. We got the battle. We're ready to go. Week 5 against the New York Mankeys and Dolphy of the Charizard Premier League. We're going to lead here as I have wanted to. With our Tyranitar, get the sand up a little bit. We can break some sash here. Get some stealth rock up. Sticky web goes up. That's fine. We're going to get a leftovers inch. All right. Okay, so here comes a U-turn. I'm going to get a knockoff, I think. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just go for my Rock Blast, show off. Yes! Hit! Let's go. Rabombi, gone. The webs will be gone. Rabombi doing the one thing that he wanted to do. Get it out of here. Because as soon as I got four Pokemon that don't care a damn, my guy. I'm going to go to Landers, who, again, my guy, don't give a damn. I'll take that. I'll take that. Because if this is max special defense, right? It needs to have max HP, max special defense, but that did 48. So that's max special attacks area. So that might not be Assault Vest. That might not be Assault Vest. I mean, it could be Assault Vest. It could be max special attack Assault Vest. This is close to a kill, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to U-turn because I believe I'm faster. No! Scarf Archaludon? Are you... Wait. Did I have my... Oh, it is max speed, not Scarf. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I thought I had my EVs right. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. I do not have my EVs right. I don't have my EVs right. I don't. I do not. This is a free knockoff on the Dirge, though. Oh, or the Ursaluna. Okay. No more leftovers. Okay. We're gonna go to Bronzong here. What? Oh my god. I'm so mad with myself, man. I'm so mad at myself right now. Because I thought I had myself at 295. I take that. That's fine. We'd ship there. That's good. We don't need Bronzong as much. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fine. I think a knockoff is coming here. Oh, I'm so upset with myself, guys. Oh, Landorus was so good. I thought I had it at 300. Oh, I should have checked. And I checked and I didn't check the right one. Oh, man. Oh. I mean, we still have Great Tusk for our Chaladon, but our special attack was so good. And I was just going to chip it and go to our ENAMORUS because I'm like, there's... man. Alright, we also have Tyranitar, who has Rock Blast and Knockoff, which is still pretty good, except against the Iron Hands, right? We have Earth Power and ENAMORUS. Ah, man. Superpower. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to... His answer for this is our Chaladon, right? So I'm going to just get my substitute up. I think it is, right? Because he would go... If you're bringing our Chaladon, that's Assault Vest, right? And then you're just going to... Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. That's Heavy Duty Boots. Wait, that's Heavy Duty Boots, our Chaladon. Okay, that's Heavy Duty Boots. That's Heavy Duty Boots. He's been... Yeah, right, because he didn't take any damage. That's Heavy Duty Boots. I got rocks up, right? Yeah, okay, good. Okay. So we're going to Earth Power here, and that takes that damage. That's fine. Whoa. Yeah, no. I don't know why I was looking at this. I mean, 2-hit KO is nice. Alright, we're going to go to Bronzong again. And we're going to go with a body press here. Nice. Good. And the Archaludon is down. Quack is looking really freaking good here, guys. Quack is looking, if I can get a couple on me, right? Not, oh, that is not, so that's not heavy duty boots on the Skeledirge. All right. Okay. All right. So. It's not, and it's faster than me. And I'm going to go to T-Tar here. I don't care. I'm fine with a Torch Song hitting me. Look at that. Does nothing. Does nothing, my guy. I'm going to knock off here. Hoping to get... Missed the Poltergeist. All right. Okay. What was that? He's got no item? He's got no item? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go... I forgot to give him item. It's okay. I forgot some stuff too. Oh, that actually, I mean, it saved him, right? I was sitting here like, oh, wait, it's not left. I'm like, is that choice specs? I was like, what's going on here? I am going to go for yes, it does. 1.5 times damage. All right, T-Tar. All right, there's the Malamar. We're gonna go back to ENAMORUS here. And what item are you? Are you choice band? Liquidation. Okay, that did 23. So I'm not. All right. I can Calm Mind here, I think. Right? I can Calm Mind here. He's faster than me, and alluring. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I'm gonna actually substitute because I think you swap. If you're what? That shouldn't have done that much. So is that choice band? Let's see. Wait, maybe let's see. Adamant. Adamant could have done that much, right? How much did the superpower do? So yeah, okay. So it's at the very least max attack Adamant, right? So we can do this. How much did you took some rocks? We did what? Not what did I hit you with before? Body press, right? 27. So what did that do? That shouldn't have done that much. So you don't have that much. So if you're min defense, okay. I mean, I think substitute here, because then if you swap, I can get a little bit. Also, I maxed out. All right, I have ENAMORUS, so it'll outspeed Iron Hands. So we've got our substitute. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to go for an Alluring Voice because it was a 2-hit KO. But if he goes for, we are faster. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. Let's go, ENAMORUS. Let's go. Let's go. Put in that work, ENAMORUS. Who need one? We lost one genie very early. We got the other genie. We got the other genie. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so here's the Blood Moon. Blood Moon is going to be faster than us. We're going to lose somebody here. And I think that Alluring Voice has a chance to kill. Do we know? We know that you were leftovers and that your Blood Moon against Bronzong did 52%, right? So we know that is Blood Moon. And you are +1. So you're at the very least max special attack. So we can go to Tyranitar, get the sand back up, right? Just to help us with Malamar a little bit here. Blood Moon, we take... Oh my god, we tanked that, baby. Alright. Now I want to go to... If I go to Great Tusk here, Quaquaval can clean up with Aqua Step, I believe. Yeah, okay. Also, wait, hold on. I think that if I go -1, I'm still faster than the Ursaluna, and I get the Aqua Step up here. So I am going to go... I just want to... I'm going to go for... let's just do Dragon Dance. Maybe we live. T-Tar, thank you, pal. You did good, right? Because 233, we got Choice Scarf on the Quaquaval, so we'll be 263. He can Vacuum Wave us, but we're going to get our speed back up and a Moxie boost. And we're Quaquaval clean up here. Good job, kid. Good job, kid. Let's go. Got the turning around, baby. We had a tough first half of the season, okay? A tough first half of the season. Now, we are EV'd to... Oh, man, we were actually slow. I wasn't worried about the Malamar. If this is Choice Scarf, we're going to be slower. But it's okay, because if we're Choice Scarf and it goes to a Psychic... No, no way. No way. Choice Scarf is crazy. Although it's not, but it is. It is. GG's to Davi. GG's. Love that. I was like, turn 9. That was definitely not a turn 9 there. Look at that. Hey. Shout out Dogaholic. Shout out Doffy. We're going to try to get him on. Get them on for the post-game interview. And if not, we'll do a little breakdown of the match. All right? I'll see you on the other side. I'm picking up off that point, all right? We're here with the general manager, the coach, the mastermind behind the New York Mankeys. Dolphy. Is it Duffy or Dolphy? Because it's
Duffy.
Duffy. All right. I'm making sure, because that's what I said before. I'm like, it's not Duffy. It's Duffy's with a U, you know? But yeah, all right. So can I tell you how I felt really good about your team after you made the changes, like against your team, but I still was afraid, right? Because you have significant bulk that I would like, oh man, I don't know if I can get through any of this. Like, it's going to take multiple hits. Like, I'm just like I had asked a friend, and like, you could just like kind of like flip turn, U-turn spam until they get down into range, and then Quack can just clean. I'm like, so like, just sacrifice the 4 other Pokemon. He goes, yeah, exactly. I'm like,
I mean, hey, if Quack can sweep.
Right. And once our Chaldon was gone, it was like, okay, cool. I gotta just get an opening to come in. For some reason, right, I was very upset with myself when I let Landorus go down, because Landorus was so good against you, and I'm an idiot. I thought I had I thought I put my EVs right, where I'm like, okay, cool. Landorus is at 256. He's always going to be faster than the Archaludon.
When my Archaludon outsped you, my jaw dropped.
I said, hey, it's a Scarf? Like, I was like, wait, wait, that's a different move. Hold on, it's not Scarf. I'm like, and I looked at it, I was like, yo, I'm an idiot, you know, because I just looked at it, because I've been messing around like with the 6 Pokemon for a little bit now on my team. Because I was going back and forth between, do I want to bring Bronzong and ENAMORUS for a Breloom check? Do I want to bring Bronzong and Mischievous to like check the Ursaluna, you know, like, and do all that stuff, like, you know.
See, when I mocked for you, I was off by 1 Pokemon. And I was not expecting a Bronzong. If you had brought Water Terra Zebstrika, you would have ran my team. Right. Even harder than you did.
It's funny because I
have no counters to that.
The team I started with had Zebstrika. But the problem was, I didn't know if I wanted to run Sap Sipper for Breloom to have like another switch in, or go with like Lightning Rod or Motor Drive. And the other thing, I'm like, man, that Kilowattrel can really mess, because my team is like not there. It's Bronzong and Tyranitar who like cover flying types, and like it's Kilowattrel's so fast. Like I ran Choice Scarf Quackle for that because I was truly concerned about what you were bringing. Because I'm like, oh man, it's so fast and it can just Volt Switch, and like my ground types don't have a secondary type that resists flying. So like if he predicts the switch into either Landorus or Great Tusk and clicks Hurricane, like Great Tusk is gonna die.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I didn't bring It's probably because the Rock Fear was too strong. And I forgot to U-turn my Rabombi. And as soon as that Rock Blast hit, I was like, I'm screwed. It's over.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, like, what?
I forgot I had a rock weakness.
I was like, because my initial plan, right? So I thought you had two really good win conditions, like from the start, and it was lead Rabombi with like sticky webs, and then bring like like somebody just to punish a rapid spin, like a Terra Ghost Spite Ops. Like even though that kind of seems redundant, it still would have worked. Or like Rocky Helmet Archaladon with stamina, you know, and you're like, I swapped in, and then you're fucked. It's like
I went for a gamble with Archaladon. I brought Heavy Duty Boots Sturdy.
Yep. Just
so I could try to get a Flash Cannon off on Landorus. And I have a feeling I made my team way too heavy into killing Landorus because I was scared.
Look, I understand.
Because the only Pokemon I have on my team with an Ice-type move is my Iron Hands with Ice Punch.
And that was the thing. Like, you had Abomasnow, you had Regice earlier. And because your last week game against JJ had gone later into the week, you had said like, hey, you know, asked me if it was cool to make some changes. I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, not like because I'm like, man, like that sucks. Like if you had your match early in the week, you would have known and you could have made that change. I was just like, whatever. Like, what? Like,
yeah, he ghosted me for like 4 days and thought he was fighting the wrong person. And I was like, bro, I've been ready since Tuesday. But
so I'm like, man, I'm like, I really hope. Like, I was like sitting there like, what's out there that could really just make this matchup even worse?
I was really hoping Archaladon, because it's like a beam type Pokemon, could learn Ice Beam, but it can't. And I was sad about that.
Yeah, right. Like, and I almost ran Ice Beam. I almost ran Special Attack centered Tyranitar. But then I was like, nah, I need Rock Blast because of Focus Sash. Like, I thought like Focus Sash Rabombi, like, come in, get my rocks up, take a Moon Blast, because you would want to, you know, or you U-turn, you're like, oh, perfect, I'll keep the Sash in, you know, but then it's like, oh, rocks are up, so like the Sash is gone unless you can Rapid Spin. You didn't bring Fortress, which I was kind of glad about, because I almost brought Levani. In like the build I had this morning had Levani, because I was like, oh, Levani kind of walls Breloom and Iron Hands, provided Iron Hands doesn't have Ice Punch, you know. And I'm like, and like earlier in the day I was like, there's no way he doesn't bring Ice Punch. So let me take that out. I was thinking substitute Iron Defense ENAMORUS, and then just make it like, just sit and be like, yeah, go ahead, hit me with a Thunder Punch, hit me with an Ice Punch. I don't care, you're not breaking this. Because I also had Toxapex was a threat because it can wall Quackle Ball like very well. And I
think I need a Pokemon that is better than Tox, so that's Water type, and it's tough. I don't have one.
It's a really good defensive.
I really wanted Iron Bundle, but then it got sniped from me, and I was like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, I love your team. Like, I thought the other thing was, I thought Trick Room. I thought Trick Room with Malamar, and just like,
so in our first Season 0, when we kind of just started getting into it as a group, I did run a Trick Room set. And I had Iron Hands, Bronzong, other slow Pokemon, King Gambit. But the issue was that my Trick Roomers just kept going down too fast.
It's funny.
And I thought there was an item that would extend Trick Room, like Light Clay extends.
I wish.
Yeah, I really think that should be a thing.
I think the problem is it's so good in doubles that there's like in doubles you get 4 turns of it and it's fair. Like same with Tailwind, right?
Yeah.
But like
I also just realized I brought Swords Dance on my Archaludon.
It's all. But look, I also had like I was like, oh, I'm not worried about the Malamar. Like I don't think the Malamar is gonna have max speed, so I'm just gonna make sure I outspeed a max speed Breloom with Quaquaval without just in case I got knocked off, right? And when the Malamar, I was like, what if it's Choice Specs or Choice Scarf? I'm like, what if he comes out and hits a Choice Scarf like Psycho Cut? Like I'd be screwed right now. Because I'm like, so there I'm like, yep, I've got that thing's fast. It's faster than my because at that time I think Tyranitar went down. Bronzong was alive but didn't have much health. ENAMORUS was alive but slower than the Malamar. I was like, man, I'm about to just get like reverse swept by this Malamar because it's Choice Scarf. Because for some reason my brain's like, this has to be like, what's the hope here is like to hit it hits the Psycho Cut and it kills, right? And like I was like, all right, it kills Quaquaval, it definitely kills Great Tusk, like, and like I was just sitting there, I was like, nah, screw it. Like if I get beat for my Choice Scarf Malamar, like hats off for the prep there. It's like, because if you think about it, you get +1, you get a boost to your speed. If I run Sticky Webs with Contrary, you get +1 on top of it. Now you're +2, and you just click Superpower until the cows come.
Start one-shotting everything.
Exactly, because you're at your +2 speed, and then you just start snowballing, and it's like I don't know what to hit you with. Like, yeah, cool. Like ENAMORUS took it very well, but that was like the first one. If you had taken like multiples, it's like Jesus. But I like Assault Vest on it, just because like it gives a little bit more bulk, and it maybe like the best checks I had against it was ENAMORUS. So it's like, all right,
yeah, my team is also very weak to Fairy.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like Skeledirge is, you almost have to bring it because it's a solid check to ENAMORUS with the Unaware ability, but it's like it's so weak to everything else. Like like Aqua Step nukes it.
It's definitely like a building glass cannon,
right? And look, I just like it. Like it's very bulky, and I think your team, especially with Rabombi now, it helps mitigate some of that speed.
It was really nice to have a fast Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. You're like, oh, cool. I get to go first.
Yeah. And that's why I'm pissed off that I forgot to U-turn. And I actually learned this battle that Volt Switch is not priority. I thought it was.
No.
So...
And that was the other reason why I didn't bring Zebstrika, because I'm like, all right, because I was gonna run Terra Ice, because
interesting.
Because at first it was really good into your team before getting our Chaladon, and when you got our Chaladon, it was like, oh man, like that thing gets like, yeah, it can take the ice, Terra Ice Blast, but then I'm giving it a stamina boost, and it's gonna kill me back with like Electric Shot, like Power Orb Electric Shot ruins it, Thunderbolt ruins it, like. It wasn't safe to do it. I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, well, I would just U-turn out of that situation or a Volt Switch. And I was like, but Volt Absorb.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the speed boost, it's like you just click, you do it again, right? You just go back to our Chaladon, take a Terra Ice Blast, and, max your defense. It's like, what am I doing? Or go to Skeledirge, and it's like, I have nothing for this, because I'm not Terra Water. So that's what it came down to. I'm like, I love Zebstrika. I love the mind games it plays, because you're like, I can't bring Saps. I can't bring Breloom, Yeah,
my biggest issue is that if it Terra'd Water, I literally don't have a super effective move against it that I can use.
I mean, you have Supercell Slam. And
not if it has Volt Absorb.
If it has an immunity to that, right? So it's that mind game of it. Because you're like, and especially going with Supercell Slam, like, I think with Iron Hands, you might want to, like, you would want to run Thunder Punch because the attack difference, like the attack makes
I normally do run Thunder Punch, but I decided on Ice Punch for this. I had it. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. I mean, well, even then, like you had like instead of Supercell Slam, run punch, Volt Switch, and then you're cooking because then that time you don't know where like that's the 25 base power you're losing in the move is more than made up for from his natural. Like, plus you don't have to do the recoil miss. Like,
no, for the next league, I think I'm going to focus on, because for this league, I was really worried about spreading my points out properly. So I didn't really go for any big mons right off the bat, and then they all got taken.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I had that talk
I'll settle on Ursulina Blood Moon, sure.
I had that talk with Nugs, because, I faced Nugs last week, or Shifu Rapid Strike. And, like, talking about, like, you were like, oh, I think I just focused too much on beating Landorus that, it gave up everything else. And it's like, I get that, because that was me last week trying to figure out how to beat Urshifu Rapid Strike. Like, I dedicated multiple Pokemon to one Pokemon at the expense of, like, the Articuno. And I was like, if I just had somebody with priority, right? Like, I'm like...
Well, also, from what I just heard in the server, apparently Gojo or Colin, he 6-0, not 6-0'd, but he got a Iron Bundle sweep with Freeze Dry on our water solo training.
Look, it was bound to have. I mean, it was a match made in hell for one of them. For the other one, it's a match made in heaven. It's like, yeah, it's tough because you're like, what do you do? That's just it. You don't even have to run, like, maybe not even that, because maybe you do run boost energy speed, because at that point you're just like hitting. You
just sweep.
Because I was like, man, Rain Dance like Ludicolo kind of beats that if it goes not like it just gets away. It gets to like Terra Steel. I'm like, I don't think that's their. Yeah, as the one weather team, I'm one of the weather teams. I'm very glad that. Like, I'm at least it's proving there's some form of benefit that I'm doing. Like, all right, I've got the Sand Force guy. I got a whole team that synergizes well. Like, Quaquaval's the only one on the team this week that didn't want to that took sand damage.
Yeah, I noticed. Is that what Overcoat is?
Yeah, so Overcoat.
Okay.
Overcoat makes it immune to sandstorm and hail, but hail's no longer a thing. And spore moves, right? So like,
gotcha.
Stun Spore, Sleep Powder, Poison Powder, Spore, and the ability Effect Spore. It's immune to all that. So like, I was like, oh yeah, cool. Breloom, you're going to wall you are in charge of walling or Enamours, you're in charge of walling the Breloom. And I was like, all right, but just in case, Bronzong, we're gonna put safety goggles on you, just in case things go sideways, just in case I get caught slipping. Because like again, I don't know what you have, and like my mind was like, Hyper Voice goes through Substitute, so like I could substitute in front of the on the Ursaluna switch in, but it doesn't matter because Hyper Voice hits. And does a lot of damage. So like that's why I put special defense into the Enamourus with the Calm Mind, because it's like I hope I'm able to live that enough to where I can hit him pretty hard for like an Alluring Voice, And I EV'd the Enamourus to be a point faster than no investment neutral nature Iron Hands, because I wanted to two-hit you if I got behind an actual substitute and you went to Iron Hands in the match, because I was like, I don't want to. I thought about Calm Minding, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to. And then, between Ice Punch or Thunder Punch, like I didn't have the defense investment that I did before, so it was likely to kill. And I was just, man, like I said, your team is very, like, especially if you go up against somebody who doesn't have a reliable spinner or defogger, because you have Pokemon that take advantage of people losing speeds.
That is one of the biggest issues I had with JJ's team, is that his Cinderace has Court Change.
Yep.
So I can't set up, Toxic Spike, Stealth Rock, Spikes, Sticky Web. Otherwise, I just get all that.
No, and you're like, oh, cool. So it's just like that's where like against like Cinderace, my if I don't know if I faced JJ, this season. I just had the schedule. I know my next opponent is Hate, but yeah, like my strategy for that is thank God I only have rocks. Like, oh cool, I went up rocks. Like I have a pretty good spinner. Like your only answer is the court change, so I'm just gonna spin my rocks away with a Pokemon who resists rocks and is very bulky.
Yeah,
but
no, it was unfortunate for me, but GG's.
Hey man, somebody had to win. We both came into this 1-3, so we both know what it's like to lose far more often than win. But
losers bracket, baby.
Yeah, baby. I liked your response in the Discord when I'm about to go on a run. You're like, uh-oh, wait a second, hold on, I faced you.
Yeah, I'm cooking, but I've also said that the last 3 games.
Look, hey, so did I. I'm like, man, I'm cooking up something mean. I think last week, the strat was, it was gonna be, it was Scarf Lando and Scarf Quackaball just U-turning in, like with each other, and then have like Volcanion just take a hit and then roar out somebody, and it almost worked the way but I just played like an idiot.
My original Spidops play is to get Toxic Spikes down and then just Circle Throw Pokemon back into it.
Look,
I forgot Circle Throw has a -6 priority, so then he just dies.
Yeah, that's where it's like, oh, cool, fantastic.
I'm also a little surprised that Arcaludon can't learn Dragon Dance, even though it's a Dragon-type Pokemon.
Right, and like like Tyranitar, not a Dragon-type Pokemon, can learn it, but
yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah, I think it also it doesn't make sense because it has like good, it has like a good attack stat. Like 105 is like a waste when you're like, yeah, I can't boost it at all. Like if I'm gonna look at this real quick. I don't think it gets it does get Swords Dance. That's it. But like even then, like you're not gonna be any 295.
Yeah, I just wanted to use Dragon Dance for the speed boost.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. And I don't even think you get it. I don't think there is this would be a great rock polish Pokemon.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it's fine. But like that's the thing is you with Rabombi now you have a Pokemon that gives all your Pokemon like a speed boost. Provided you force your opponent to wear heavy duty boots, and instead of a Life Orb or a Choice Scarf or a Choice Band, right? And it's like, well, it's really important that I'm not slower, because even if I'm max speed, like Archaludon can one hit me because it's faster. Like that thing is, I'm very happy.
It can learn Dragon Cheer though. That's pretty cool.
That's right. Neat. Also, Blood Moon. Good lord, that Blood Moon onto the my Bronzong.
Yeah, Blood Moon hits like a truck.
I was like, thank
really
God you
enjoy
can't hit that
Pokemon. I just wish that the Calm Mind would have done more, but.
Yeah, and mine. I had a defensive set into the Bronzong because my thought was, all right, well that's probably Bronzong with defense is a better check to Iron Hands than ENAMORUS is.
Oh, I see now that Blood Moon or Saluna can learn Avalanche.
Right. Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's
but it's attack. I just don't think.
I was fearful of Choice Specs.
See,
for a little bit.
My issue with the choice items is that I'm so bad at playing around them because I don't normally use them in my games, so I'm not used to them.
Yeah.
So I'll go to use a move and be like, oh, I have to swap now.
Right.
And then it just throws my whole rhythm off.
That's why I like choice items on Pokemon who have like U-turn, flip turn, baton pass, volt switch. Because then you're like, all right, cool. Like my buddy AW in one of the mocks ran choice specs. Kilowattrel, which when rocks were up, far more manageable of a Pokemon. But when the rocks weren't up, it just kind of nuked everything. Like Thunderbolt did, I think it did like 60 minimum or maximum, like it did like 65 on average to my Tyranitar, and I'm like, that thing 2 hits my Tyranitar, who I have max special defense in the sand. Excuse me, like what's going on here? but just absolutely insane. It's a very scary team. Again, you don't like, you have a Trick Room set where you can just get Malamar in turn 1, Focus Sash, Trick Room, and then die. Like just hit, like, you get one move, like one big move, and then you die, and then you go into like Ursaluna, and you know, you can set up to a point where you're like, okay, yeah, I've like, oh, you're switching out here, I'm gonna set up real quick, and then sure, I've only got 2 turns of Trick Room, but I'm still going first. And then especially if you have, like, it learned Vacuum Wave, and I was so afraid of Earth Power into Vacuum Wave against Tyranitar. I was like, ah, man, like, it is almost single-handedly making me grab Mischievous, but I, like, even then, like, I don't know what Mischievous is doing. Like, you have Mind's Eye, so like you still hit hit Vacuum Wave, you still hit Blood Moon against it. So it's like, I guess I can Terra Steel it. And I was like, well, I was gonna do that. Might as well just go to Bronzong, who's better at that and can get leftovers with pain. You know, or you get recovery with leftovers.
Yeah, I had half a mind to pick up Dragonite instead of the Arcaludron, but
yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Like it's tough when you're like, man, I have really good Pokemon, but they're just too like. That's like I'm in a similar spot where like I'm a little bit faster than you are. Like before you went and got, Rabombi, but like Zebstrika is my fastest Pokemon at 116. After that, it's Landorus at like 101, and it's like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not, I have to run Choice Scarf, or I just have to, be stronger, be bulkier, but like, I'm all, like, similar to you, like, you have some Pokemon that are like in weird, in between speed tiers, so you're like, I don't want to like get caught by an 80 base speed, but I'm never going to catch a 90 base speed. Like, I think our Childon's 85, so for example, like 295. So you're never going to get over to the 300 hump. But you have to be mindful of like the 275 hump. And you're like, well, what the fuck am I doing? But like I said, bulky team.
This is also my first like legitimate draft league.
Same.
So I'm still learning the ropes.
Yeah.
So I have a pretty good idea of what I want to pick up for the next draft. But
yeah, and that's the thing. I run a league with a group of friends, the DSPL, the Dorkside Pokemon League, and everybody there, for the most part, like a few people have like actual, like one person has actual draft league experience. A couple other people do like random battles and like have past competitive experience. But largely everyone's like, it's their first foray into competitive Pokemon itself, let alone the draft league format. So they're just like, oh, I kind of want to draft this Pokemon. I want to draft this Pokemon. And I think that's the best way to go about things. I don't think, like, I think the goal should always be to have the most fun. Like, even though I was 1-3 going into this matchup, I've had fun even despite losing, because I get to use Quaquaval, I get to use Great Tusk, I get to use Tyranitar, who's my favorite Pokemon, I get to use Landorus incarnate with Sandforce, trying to prove that it's viable in draft league. Like, it's not like useless. I get to use Sand, and I'm like, yeah, Sand's not a bad generation. Maybe this generation is the worst one, but like, Sand is a good, it's still good. Like, weather is, if you can control the weather, like, I break Focus Sash, you come in when it's in the sand, I break your Focus Sash.
Yeah.
And like, congrats, that prep gone, or like leftovers, like with the Rabombi, right? Like, you got back to full health after the sand. Not that it mattered, but it would have mattered when you leave, right? You come back and you're at 75 health instead of being at like 68 or 60, 62, because you have your those rolls, those make the difference, right? I just think I think you drafting a team of Pokemon that you just want to use and are some of your favorites is the way to go. Like, I love Malamar.
I love Breloom. I'm a big Breloom guy. Bullet Seed with loaded dice and Technician just hits like a truck.
It does. I was so afraid of that. I was afraid of Poison Heal Subseed. Yeah. I was afraid of Choice Band Technician. like mock punches. I was afraid of effect spore, just like a bulky Rocky helmet.
I just felt like I couldn't bring him. I have too much fairy weakness.
It's tough. It's so tough because you're like again, and fairy's such a good type. Like I have ENAMORUS Therian who's like balanced out by the fact it's fucking slow as dog, but even then it's like. You hit me, it's bulky. You hit me once, I'm taking something before I go down. You know, it's just like I'm only getting one, but I was glad to get a little bit more than just one this time with ENAMORUS. I get to use a nice little render for the ENAMORUS that Rupee just put up. But yeah, look, Dofi, somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. Hopefully. I do right by you, and I take this victory, and it is the foundation of a historic run in the CPL. And I look back and I go, you know what? It all started with that win against the New York Mankeys. And if it wasn't so this win's for you. This title win. Take a lap, New York Mankeys.
As long as you take out hate,
look,
go for it.
That's my next opponent next week. And like, I'm very.
If you need someone to help you mock, you know.
Like I know. Like I'm the I when I came in to the league, I was like, oh, there's a couple of people here already. All right, cool. Like I'm like number 9 or 10. All right, good, cool. And it's like, oh, they're all friends, you know. And then I was talking. I'm like, oh, they all kind of know each other. Okay, that's cool. Great. I'm gonna be the content creator that comes in and like, hey everybody, yeah, big time content. No, but like,
well, Hakeem's my brother.
Okay.
And it's his friend group. I just kind of exist in the server. I know a bunch of them, you know, as gaming buddies, but I've never met any of them.
True.
But I just want to see him lose.
I got you.
He's so cocky.
I hope I got you. Like I said, I'm currently in the standings. I'm right behind Hate. Maybe Hate loses this week. Maybe they don't.
Tap on the side of the nose here. He does calc. Watch out.
I calc too. So I'm like
I didn't.
It's but look, I've gone so far because like the calc decks plugin on like Showdown has like honk decks now, and you can just kind of put you can put all these sets in to where you can just like calc into like, so instead of going into like the damage calculator and like reapplying a whole bunch of stuff, you can just take a whole bunch of sets. Like say I wanted to face your Toxapex, but I wasn't sure if you were gonna go defensive or special defensive or like split. I could have all three of them and see like what spreads are best for me. And I was doing that. I was like, nice. I was like, wait a second. That's why the start took so long, because I was taking like these blank sets that I made, which were max EVs in all 5 stat categories. So I could be like, okay, max special defense, max HP. What do I do against that? Max attack, max speed. All right, that's how much it does against me. And then I'm like, from there, I just delete, like fix it. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that, he's got heavy duty boots on. All right, so that's the item. Okay. That did like 50. So at the he's either max special attack, or he is choice specs with some investment. And then I'm like, okay, it went first. Choice scarf. Wait, it's a different move. And then I still just kicked myself because I was like so afraid, because I normally don't mess with my team on the day of the battle. Like when I message you of like, are you still good for today? Normally I'll do that. I'm like, all right, my team is locked in. And like throughout the day, I'm like, man, Levani just, he's definitely bringing Ice Punch. Yeah, no, Levani's not good. So I swapped out Levani and spent the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours thinking about which Bronzong, or go back to the Zebstrika lead, or because I was gonna do like Flame Charge and then Terra Ice against you.
Nice.
So I can get faster and hit you twice before you hit me again. But yeah, I'm like looking at your team. Like again, Blood Moon is stupid strong. Like it's so bulky. Like that. Like Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Iron Hands are like I feel are roughly the same Pokemon, but one's special, one's attack. Like one's physical. Like it's like, yeah, cool. So boost energy gives me a thing. It's like Ursaluna throat spray hyper voice gives me the same effect. You know, or a better effect because you get a 50% instead of 30% increase. But or you could just run Assault Vest on either of them and just be completely fine. You know, mitigating. Just be like, hey, you can't kill me. Good job. Congrats. Good try. But GG's, Dofi. It was a good one. Before we go, is there anything you want to plug? Any socials, any channels, any causes?
Adopt a dog. Don't buy from a breeder.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I like
That's
that.
all.
Yeah, adopt. There's a lot of good...
I don't have any socials or anything. So
all good. Hey, all good. I like to give my, anybody give me the time of day to do this to help my content out. I like to give them, at the very least, at the very end, something to plug. Give them the opportunity to talk about something that either they're passionate about or something they are growing or,
go to the local shelter and make a new lifelong friend.
There you go. Bring some joy to a dog. Maybe it's an elderly dog and they have a nice couple year,
I'm a simple man.
That's
I
right.
see a dog. I like that dog.
That's a good dog. No such thing as bad dogs. Not on this channel. We don't believe in bad dogs. Bad owners. Dofi, thank you so much. GG's, and actually, good luck in your battle against. I'm gonna see here.
I was gonna ask you about that because you have it up.
Yes, you are taking on the Pewter City PC. So you're taking on Roland there, who I beat week 1, and they're 2-2. Okay.
Gotcha.
So if I can do it, I believe you can do it. He's got some scary Pokemon. He's got a Greninja. It's a scary team, but you got it. I believe in you. Is there anything?
We'll make it work.
But because this will come out after you guys have already played, likely, unless you play like Saturday afternoon or Sunday next week. So, do you want to keep your words sweet, or you want to make a prediction about your win or lose?
No.
No.
I ain't gonna jinx myself.
There you go. That's smart. All right, Dofi. Thank you so much. Remember, go to your local shelters, adopt a lifelong friend today. That's the wise words of the Dofi, of the Dofster. Thanks, bud, and good luck on the rest of your season.